Our next category is teachers who, I forgot. Get off topic really easily. What's up, you guys? It's Maddie and Sarah, and today we are going to start our back to school series.
Woo! Our first video in our back to school series for the 2016-2017 school year is types of teachers. And by this we mean different types of teachers that occur in every single school, no matter what. So, let's begin.
Our first type of teacher is the teacher who chooses favorites. One, okay, it's kind of funny because both of the stories that we're gonna tell, I've been the favorite and she's been the not favorite.
I'm the dove.
Okay, so the first one happened with our Algebra 2 teacher. I come in and I have this paper that's like 2 days late, and I'm like, okay, I found this in my backpack, I thought I turned it in, like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, it's okay, it's whatever. She gave me a 100 on it. She does the same thing, like, didn't she turn it in the same day that it was due, or like a day later or
It was
something?
like it was a day later because I highlight my notes, and when I found it, it was highlighted, so I was like, oh, that's notes.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that.
So she turns hers in a day late, and she gets like a 60 on it.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, you turned it in late, and I was just like,
you get like 30 points off when you get it late, and then I got also the questions I got wrong off.
yeah. So she was just like, it's okay, Sarah, it doesn't matter that it's late, even though it was like 2 to 3 days late.
Yeah, mine was literally like the day after. And the next story is our physics teacher. And I'm actually like really confused where he stands with me, because some days he'd be like super nice to me and other days he would just be super hateful. And I was like, okay. But this one time we were going through notes, and I guess he was aggravated, and my friend and I'm not going to say her name, but my friend and I both raised our hands during the lesson, and it was a question about the lesson about physics, and we were talking about lighting. Do you know what I'm talking about now? Okay, we were talking about lighting. And so he starts saying how theater people, when they're on stage, the light washes them out. And so she raises her hand and says, can I tell a story about theater makeup? And he was like, oh yeah, go for it. And so she's like, this one time, and she like told her story about how the lady had no idea what she was talking about theater makeup being washed out. And like me and Amanda were just like, okay.
He'll literally let me talk whenever I want. He doesn't get mad at me. I don't know why he likes me so much, but he does. But he like hates everybody else. Teachers who choose favorites are cool when you're the favorite.
Yeah.
If not, then sorry.
Yeah. The next category that we have are teachers that are jerks, but they're really good teachers. So.
My story is about our geometry teacher at the time. There was this kid in my class who was obsessed with duct tape. He made everything out of duct tape all the time. He like made all of his folders and stuff. And so my geometry teacher was like, went over to him and like whispered something in his ear, and this kid was like, okay. And so then we like, the fire alarm bell started ringing just for like practice. So we like go outside and we come back in, and the kid has his duct tape in his hand. And my teacher goes, what did I tell you? And the kid was like, and he goes, if I catch you with that duct tape one more time, I'm going to make you eat it. Like, it's really funny, but like, he says stuff like that all the time, and he threatens us, and like, he's actually like pretty mean, like about like turning stuff in and everything. But he's like the most amazing teacher. Like, he explains everything until you understand it, and like if you come into tutorials, he like gives you his attention. Like, you know, even if you come in during lunchtime, he would always threaten that he was gonna lock his door during lunch, but he never did, and we would go in there, and he would
almost
help us.
Every single day.
I guess, I mean, he's just great, and after getting his help, like, I would actually improve.
Yeah, and like another story about the same teacher, I don't think we had the same geometry class together. Okay, so freshman year, my geometry class I had with this kid who always slept in class every single day, no matter what. And he would like draw on him with a marker or do something, and he finally was just fed up with like hitting the book, doing whatever, and so he carried a jug of ice cubes every single day. And so when he fell asleep, he would put it down his pants or put it down his shirt or something. It was so funny. Okay, so the next category is like a double category. So it's teachers who think their class is the only class out there, and then teachers who understand that you have more than one class. So our first story is again about our math teacher.
Yeah. Anytime that you would like go to something like, especially extracurricular, he would ask you to get all your assignments beforehand, and then like if you wouldn't come to tutorials, he'd be like, okay, why did you not come to tutorials? And it's like, oh, I had to go to tutorials for this class. And he's like, well, sorry, if you didn't come to tutorials for this class, I can't help you. And it's just kind of like, like.
He's one of those teachers, like, if you go up to him, you're like, how does this work? And he's like, read the notes, and you're like, as if I haven't already done that.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he is a very good teacher, but it's just sometimes he does stuff like that, and you're like, okay, just stop. And then the opposite of that is our Spanish teacher. She's so cool, because I remember I would do FFA all the time, especially in the spring. It just gets so busy. And I just went in there and I was like, okay, what do I need to do for you? Because I don't have any assignments for you. And she was like, don't worry about it until you come back. I know that you already have tons of other stuff for your class. And I was like, bless you.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
awesome.
yeah, I remember one time I was like doing all this homework, and then because I had just gotten back from being gone for a week for a competition, and I came and I was like trying to do all of her stuff, and she was like, don't even worry about it. I know that you're smart. I know that you'll pick it up. You don't have to do any of those assignments. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Like, it was so sweet. Like, she was always, like, a lot of people take advantage of her because of that. But, like, she's one of those people, like, if somebody's failing, she'll say, like, come talk to me and we will work something out.
Yeah.
Because she does not want you to fail. And so that's really cool that she does that for students. Our next category is teachers who get off topic really easily. And this is the same Spanish teacher that we were just talking about. Okay, I just remember one time she was telling us all these things that we had to do before class, and we were like, you know, that day, we were just like, so like, oh gosh, this is so much stuff. And then somebody asked her, like, how she was so good at tennis. So she spent the entire class time talking about how when she was a kid, how she got into tennis and how she grew up playing tennis, how she hurt her knee, and then pretty soon the bell was ringing and she was like, I'll finish telling you the story tomorrow. And we were like, great.
This next category is interesting.
Makes me
Would you
mad.
like to say it?
It is teachers who hold grudges. Now, I had this teacher, and he's kind of, but
Yeah, he's out there.
he's our history teacher and our psychology and sociology teacher and everything. But I remember this one time in history class, I didn't want to play the trivia game because I had a headache. It was optional to play, and I said I didn't want to play it. And he said, okay, whatever. He gives extra points to people who do play it and everything, but I just didn't feel like it. And so I got my test back. I missed 3. And I ended up making a lower grade than somebody who missed like 6, just because he was mad at me. And I was like, just for not playing Jeopardy, he did the same thing to other students too. And it took me so long to get back on his good side, because he, like, for like 3 or 4 weeks after that, he lowered my grade on everything. And I was just like,
That's so stupid.
I'm so sorry that I didn't want to play your stupid little game. Like, I'm sorry. But that made me so mad. I was mad for so long, and like my dad hates him, so he was gonna go up and like talk to him, and I was like, it's okay, it'll blow over. And I mean, this year, that was 2 years ago, this past year, it was totally fine in psychology and everything, but I was just like, oh gosh. Our next category is teachers who are really weird. And this is going back to our psychology and sociology teacher. First of all, he collects ducks. He throws them at students who misbehave.
Yeah. He has one for every season, every holiday. Like, you could not name a holiday that he doesn't have one for.
Yeah, it's scary.
Unless it was like Kwanzaa or something.
Like, he does so many little, like, he's so quirky all the time.
He like does weird, he'll do like a weird voice or something, and you're just like, don't.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, he like makes us do these weird experiments, and like, it's kind of creepy a little bit, and
I mean,
he
like,
makes me
it's
uncomfortable.
fun. Yeah, but he
But,
definitely makes me uncomfortable
Yeah,
sometimes.
like,
and I was
he just like, he doesn't turn his neck. If
he's just like,
and he like, and it's just like,
and when he yawns like this. Because he doesn't want people to see him yawn or something. It's so weird. So that was our video about different types of teachers. If you have any weird, funny, sad stories about different types of teachers in your school, leave them in the comments, because we would love to know different types of teachers that we don't have. Yeah, because we go to a small school, so we get what we get.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please thumbs up, comment, and subscribe over here. I don't know. Just do it. Just click it. And we're definitely going to have more videos in our back to school series. I'm pretty sure we asked this last time, but leave any suggestions that you want to see. We might do types of kids at school. We're definitely going to do supply haul, clothing haul, so get excited. Also, something that I'm going to do here on the channel, I just subscribed to a monthly subscription for records or vinyl, however you want to say it. So you subscribe and they send you a personally curated box just for your music taste, and you get like a little note. The person who curated it says something about it, and you get these records and you get to keep them. You don't have to send them back, and it's so cool, and I'm so excited to get my first box. But I'm gonna do vinyl unboxings or VNYL unboxings, whatever it's called, I don't know. But when I get my first one, Sarah's gonna come react with me, and I'm gonna unbox it here for you guys. And I'm hoping to grow my record collection, because so far I have one. I can't even listen to it yet. But tomorrow we're going to get a record player. I'm so excited! So yes, if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe, because I should be getting my first box in 2-3 weeks. Very excited. So yeah, see you later.